I mean, really, an energy comes out of you, seriously, that's so warm and nice, but he has no idea.
Well, to look at him, he's a good-looking man. He's got a good posture, a good build. To look at him, you wouldn't even, I mean, you wouldn't guess that he's shy.
Don't we sound like doctors now? No, we're going to look at him over here. Look at this guy.
No, that's
Doctors do that.
That's enough
Wait a
to
minute, I'll tell you
intimidate anybody.
You up for a few phone calls?
I'll try, yeah.
Oh, good. All right.
213-520-KBC and 714.
520.
That's right. You see now,
Did it.
714-977-1533. When we continue, we'll be right back. As a kid, I was extremely shy, but I had baseball, and I had to do that in front of a lot of people. And that kind of brought me out and got me out of it, I guess, over a long period of time.
It's very common, but people are not willing to share it. I was just talking to our producer, Paul, and he said he's very shy. And I said, Paul, and he's running this whole thing, right? And I said, what would you do if I pulled you up here? He said, I'd die. I said, are you kidding? He said, no, I wouldn't be able to talk, and yet he's running the whole show. I think it happens to a tremendous amount of people, and they don't realize that it's really okay, and you don't have to be so preoccupied, and it's that vicious cycle. If you're preoccupied with what you're doing and how you look, then how can you be doing what it is that you're doing because you're so busy thinking of it?
I think it's what we were talking about earlier when Randall was here, about an actor, a performer, can hide behind a character and feel very comfortable and all of a sudden be invited onto a talk show and having only himself to expose.
That's also a ridiculous assumption. They'll assume, well, if you're an actor or you're this or you're that, you can't be shy, or you're good looking. One thing has absolutely nothing to do with the other.
Let's take a call. Hi, you're on 330.
Should you try to have a relationship with someone who's shy? And if so, how would you go about that?
Should you what, a relationship?
Try to have a relationship with somebody who's shy.
Oh, of course. I mean, why not? Oh, answer her.
Yeah. Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
please.
Are you kidding? You see, what most people don't know, you want that aggressive guy, don't you? You mean the real good-looking, tough guy,
Mr.
right?
Macho.
That guy, he's spending so much time looking in the mirror that he's never going to pay any attention to you. A shy person in general is somebody, truthfully, statistically, who's very, very reliable and obviously a very good listener. And it's important to be a good listener because they really are interested in you. And they really want to know how you feel. Of course, as we said before, that they're too interested in you and they want to know too much how you feel, but much better than the one that you think is terrific, who's not interested in you at all, perhaps interested in having you on his arm if you look just the right way. So a shy person is somebody really who you should get to know. And statistically, as I said again, they will be, in times of crisis, the one who's there for you, where the one who's doing all the talking is going to be too busy for you. Not necessarily, but statistically highly probable.
Shyness can be attractive. It can be endearing. It really can.
As I think it is with Russ, and I don't think Russ has any idea of it. Do you date at all, Russ?
No, not often.
At all? How often? How long has it been since you had a date?
That's kind of a judgment thing I have, you know.
Go ahead.
Okay, I've dated 2 months ago.
Is it difficult for you to date?
Yeah, because it's hard to communicate with another person, even on one-on-one basis, for me.
Do you think you're unattractive?
No.
Do you think you're uninteresting?
Yeah, I am. I feel I am. And it's like something I gotta hide behind. I mean, I gotta hold on to that. It's a choice I make.
Well, if you think that you are, then obviously you're going to create that in a conversation. Again, as I said earlier, that if you're so preoccupied as what is she going to be thinking about me, you're not thinking about what you're saying. And of course, you're going to end up in that kind of situation. You're going to get a lot of telephone calls. Yeah. If you like, you write into this program, and we'll give it the number to him, and if he chooses, will you? Are you willing to do that?
We'll screen the...
Wait a second. Are you? Wait a minute, what are you getting into?
One risk at a time.
One risk at a time. What I'm saying is I imagine a number of people watching you right now, young women who think that you are very interesting and attractive.
Hi, you're on 330.
Yes, I was calling to see how does he cope with this every day, day by day, because I'm 25 and I'm very shy and I have 3 children and it's hard for me.
Russ, how do you get through the day?
I just keep myself occupied, or, I mean, I just go about doing whatever I do. And if I see a risk ahead, I just somehow avoid it, you know, ahead of time. just going through day by day is how I do it.
Russ,
Just
do you
day
go to
by
school?
day.
Do you have a job? Do you go to school?
I live and work in El Segundo.
In El Segundo. How does it affect your job, the shyness? What do you do?
Well, what Bill Rader said before about appearing stupid, I think I do appear stupid, and you know, it doesn't really work for me.
What's your
in
line
my
of
job.
work?
I work in a warehouse, and it's kind of hard for me myself to get myself out there, you know, and go after something with aggression or.
Let me ask you a question. I want you to tell me the truth. And we really don't know each other. I know Russ has had some therapy. Tell me the truth, Russ. Every single time that you have risked, has it been successful or has it been generally unsuccessful? Every time you've risked, every time you put it out there, what'd you find out?
I found out that pretty much it's successful.
Not pretty much, I would guess. Now I'm going to ask you the truth. The truth now. Is it successful in like 99% of the cases? And if it isn't, tell me it isn't.
I think it is.
Yeah. And I didn't know the answer, of course. And what you're doing is limiting yourself. And even though Russ will have 500 experiences that are all positive, it comes to the 501st, the old tapes play again. But it's important to risk, and of course you're in therapy now, as I understand. And that's got to be a major risk.
Well, this has been a big risk right now today, and I think it was a successful risk. How do you feel about it, Russ?
I feel okay.
Yeah?
Good.
Is this the first
Good.
time you've been
He
on
looks a little
television?
more relaxed
Yes.
Good.
Thanks, Russ.
Hopefully
Thank
not
you,
the
Dr.
last
Rader.
time.
Okay.